You don't need cable. Hop on YouTube, welcome to the hood table, where we chop up local and global events vocally. You don't really wanna miss out on these conversations. Just joke a little, laugh a little, get that wine in your system, fill your glass a little, expose current events, talk trash a little. You never know, these opinions might clash a little. They addicted to the content, got them binge watching. You don't like it, then you want invited. Bet your friends watching in the house or in your job parking lot before you clocking. They don't wanna miss a second of this HT content. Everybody think they got something to say, so it's an open invitation, bring it to the table. But if you come whack, just know we ain't buying in. We gon' probably turn your back and tell you sorry, try again, Yeah, welcome to the hood table. You don't need Netflix, you don't need cable. Yeah, welcome to the hood table. You don't need Netflix, you don't need cable.
Hey everybody, welcome back. We are back for the second time today. Please make sure you like and share the video on the way in, please, and thank you very much. I don't plan to be here too long because as I told you guys earlier when I did my first live, that after I did this live, I was going to go hang out at the park. I'm waiting on my grandbaby's mother to get off of work so we can go take him to the park, because right now they said the high today is supposed to be 92, but last time I checked the weather, let me see, it is 94 degrees. So it's 94 degrees, but let me check the, hold on. Yep, 94 degrees. It's not really going to cool down to about 8. It'll be like 84 at 8, 79 at 9. So being that it's like, hold the hell up, wait a minute. Shit, they said it's going to be 96 at 5. So in 9 minutes, it's going to be 96 degrees. Yeah, we definitely going to wait till, the sun go down a little bit before I take my 4-year-old grandbaby to the park. But, so I'm waiting till my grandbaby's mother get off of work, and then, once it cools down at least to like the 80s, then we'll take him to the park. But so anyway, please come on in, like and share the video one more again. We are just going to discuss one video that I missed this morning. My girl VS went live. It was a great video. If y'all missed it, y'all definitely got to go back and catch it, because this is her last hurrah. And that's why I put what in the last hurrah, and these are my confessions is going on, because not only was VS on here to do her last hurrah, her last one too, but it was a confession show too. So if anybody wanted to confess to anything, apologize to anybody, that they may have done something to, or know something about that has been done to someone, that was their time to, have a these are my confessions moment. And so I just want to discuss some of the things that I heard and saw over there. But you guys, again, with the likes and the shares, I would really appreciate it if you can like and share the video. More so because why? We are on the road. Do y'all see it at the bottom? Matter of fact, I ain't going to have it at the bottom. I ain't going to put the ticker on. I'm going to have it so I can show it real big. We are on the road to 10K. I mean 9K. I said 9K. My bad, 9K. I wish. I wish. We are on the road to 9K. Let me change that. Because they be like, that bitch lying. She ain't on the road to no damn 10K. Let me switch that real quick. Y'all ain't gonna have me out there. Okay, so on the road to 9K, y'all. So please like and share the video, please, and thank you very much. Oh, somebody has sent me a message right now. Okay, it ain't got nothing to do with YouTube, so I will check that later. But yeah, so please like and share the video. So you guys, I want to discuss VS's live. The confessions. Now, the show basically, let me scroll up through my notes. Okay, so VS, when she started her show, and she said this before, actually, before today, but she said that the reason why she came back really out of hiatus was because, she was, because she was focusing on her health journey. She was going out, having me time, girl time. She's an empty nester just like me, just out there having fun, going to concerts, going to events, things like that. And then also focusing on her health journey and, her losing weight, or I don't want to even say losing weight, but, just getting more healthy. Because I never thought that she was like really, really out of shape. I'm a big girl, so she was never nothing like me. But yeah, she wanted to get more healthier for her. And then also, sometimes you just need a mental break from this bullshit, right? We just need a break, need to back away sometime. But yeah, she was focusing on her health journey and just different things like that. And so she came back because she felt like the sector, needed her. Like she was needed back, in the sector. Now, one thing I did see in the chat, somebody, and I'm not going to say the name, but somebody did say you were needed and you were enjoyed. Hope you don't go, but understand if you do. And I think a lot of people feel the same way. I absolutely feel that way. I mean, a lot of people, including me, were so anxious for her to even come back after her, after she couldn't come on the internet because of the shit that went down back in the day. And so anxious when it got time for, everybody didn't know. A lot of people didn't know that she was already off of her probation or whatnot, and people was thinking, oh, the 3-year mark, this is when she come back. So at the 3-year mark in our heads, when we thought she should be off probation, a lot of people was like, dang, you think she's going to come back? I think she's needed. Do you think she's needed? Do you think she can make a comeback? Do you think she's going to be receptive very well? And I was like advocating, I can't wait till she come back. I hope she come back. I did a live. I swear it worked out so well. I don't say worked out. It was crazy how it happened because I did a live, like, I don't know, a few days or a week before she came out. And I was like, man, if she come back, that's going to be, man, it's going to be so lit. She is missed and she is needed in this sector. And so I think maybe like a week or so later, she came back. I was like, well, ain't that some shit? There go my girl. She's back. And a lot of people were receptive to it and some people weren't. Some people fuck with her and some people don't. Hey, how you doing, El Blue? What's up? How you doing? You definitely feel that way too. See, that's what I'm talking about. And every time she leaves, it just seems like no matter how you look at her, it seems like a part of the sector is gone. It just seems like a part of the sector is gone. And we could definitely tell the difference when she's here and when she's not here. You know what I'm saying? So me personally, I wish she didn't go, but I absolutely understand. I absolutely understand. And, I'm behind her, whatever she decides to do. But yeah, so she had to get that off first when she started off her show. As far as the Lemon situation with her and Lim, as some of y'all kindly call him, Jordan Dash, she said that she had, I hadn't even seen her over there in his chats. And he has been in her chats and on the panel. And Lemon has expressed several times, more than too many, maybe. I think VS and everybody else understands by now what the fuck happened. Yo ass got a tip. No, hold up. Somebody got a tip. That person sent a tip. He got the tip. And then he went ham and eggs and, dragging or talking about VS or whatever without confirming or, getting the receipts himself. So and VS put him in the bag, sat his ass down, made him her bitch, right? Ever since then, he's been apologizing. He's been explaining away why he did what he did, how it all happened, why he's over there in his drunken stupor, repeatedly telling what's happening. Like he said last night, I know y'all all tired of hearing this shit, but this is what happened. Yeah, BS, yeah, she fucked me up. She fucked me up. It should be so funny when he say that. She fucked me up. But that boy got like 10 different he got like 10 different not languages but accents. And sometimes I think he be using them all in one sentence. But anyway, she actually sent him a message basically saying she's leaving again. Good luck with everything. And in her opinion, she feels that Lemon has, he earned his stripes. So yeah, she said he called her the other day, but she didn't answer because she didn't record him because y'all know how VS get down. She gonna record your ass. She gonna I could probably call her right now. She might record me, even though I ain't calling her with no bullshit. But that's just one thing she do. VS will never get caught up ever again. She's explained that many times. She will never get caught up ever again in no bullshit. She moves way differently than she used to. She's a lot smarter, a lot more mature. Than she used to be, back in the early days of the B sector. But anyway, she feels like he's been grandfathered in. So that's the thing with her and Lemon. I think she's trying to just leave that on a good note, on a good footing, because she does feel like when she do come back, if she do come back, that she wants to have relationships with or YouTube ships with the Shakims, the ZX, the Lemons, the J Duns, the Ken Nola. And basically said, she wants to make sure they on a good note. If she comes back, they can do content together. They can, the business plays of the YouTube ships. Okay, conduct business. We all 1099s like Jay Wilson say, but you know what I mean when I say that. Now there was a question in the chat. Again. I ain't gonna say from who, but they say, "Good morning, VS. Do you take that stance because you were apologized to? And if he kept disrespecting you, would you feel the same?" And of course, VS was like, "Hell no." I mean, that was an easy answer, right? That was an easy answer. Hell no. She would have been probably still fucking him up, like he said. She fucked me up, but yeah, she probably still would have been going on doing some of the shit that she was doing to him. Now, one thing people have been mentioning over the past maybe a week, about different people taking the night slots, different people taking a morning slots, because, we know that Lemon is mainly the only one at night. Now ZX has been coming on, but it's been like late at night. Like the other day I caught him on, it's like 1, 2 in the morning. But there's a few people, and Sir King has popped out here and there. He used to be the king of the late night, back in the Gap. But people have been, basically trying to put their vote ins on who they think should be in the morning slots or in the the evening slots. Now somebody had told me they think I would be good in the morning slots, and I'm like, hell no. I don't want to get up in the morning like that. I don't want to get up in the morning like that at all. And I think we have a guest in the back. Hold on, let me put my banner up. I'm like, honey, my schedule is totally different now, and I do not want to be up that early at all. I'm good on the afternoons right now. The afternoons, early evening, that's really good for me right now. Here, I'm gonna just put up this picture, one of my creations. Is that a
Hey,
doorbell?
can you hear me? Hello? Hello?
Yeah, was that
Hello?
you? I heard a doorbell.
No, that was a church bell. I'm getting
Oh,
married.
church bell. Okay. What's up, hon?
How you been?
I've been doing good, and you?
Uh, I'm doing great. Thank
You
God.
doing great? That's
What,
good.
when did you get into the beef sector? Beefing and stuff and talking about the beef sector.
Well, I don't beef. I don't beef.
Right.
I just do commentary. But I
Oh,
was here from the very beginning. From the very
yeah.
beginning.
No, I know you were here, but,
Okay.
you were on other stuff, other things.
When I first started YouTube, it was on my main channel where I was
Mm-hmm.
doing TV show reviews, movie reviews, trending
Right,
news, stuff
right.
like that. Right,
Yep,
right, right.
yep.
So when I was doing the trending and movie reviews and shit like that, I started discussing like other things that was happening on YouTube, because around that time during the Rona, a lot of people start doing more or different type of content along the lines that we are now on YouTube. It didn't used to be so much so like that. Remember?
Yeah.
So more of the celebrities and stuff was on YouTube. And so I had started following Nakaya and T.S. Madison. I never even knew who T.S. Madison was, never heard of her before, but I knew Kaya from her music, and I used to follow Kaya on Facebook. I used to always follow Kaya on Facebook and watch
Oh,
her
yeah.
on Facebook. Then she jumped to YouTube, so I started watching her on YouTube. And
Okay.
then somehow, some way, I heard of her and T.S. Madison, started watching their shows, And that's basically where it began. So I started doing their shows, discussing their shows and other things with celebrities, right? And so
Yeah.
then I did that for some years, and around that same time, other people who are in the sector now also was discussing that shit along with other bullshit, So somehow
Hmm.
I just found my way inside this bubble that formed like around me. And next thing
Yeah.
I knew, you know how people be doing commentary and they just be talking
Yeah.
about people like we do now. We just talking about people. And if I mention somebody's name, somebody in the chat might go over there to see who they talking about. That's how it worked for me. I would hear this person's name, that person's name, that person's name. And I was just going all around and I to see who these people were. And I started following them. Then you know how it
Okay.
goes. YouTube
Yeah.
refers you to other people, and that's
Uh-huh.
how it went. Next thing I know, there was beefs over the Kaya and shit. There was beefs between that's when all the shit happened. I found out who VS was. VS used to be on here doing hair or doing something like that. And next thing I know, she was beefing with somebody. Fi Babe, I remember watching her every morning. She was on her patio, drinking
Yeah.
coffee, smoking cigarettes, talking about trending news and shit like that. So yeah,
Hmm.
I got here by way of saying a lot of us also got through here. And then
Yeah.
a couple of years down the line, I was like, I want to do different type of commentary. I want to also do commentary on the B sector and just
Uh-huh.
fuck shit, right? Just fuck shit that I didn't want on my main channel. So I
Right.
created the Hood Table. And so I
Hmm.
created the Hood Table because this is a channel I wanted to be on where it's no filters. I don't give a fuck about cursing. Long as people ain't on here dragging kids or parents or
Yeah, I said
stuff
Hood
like that.
Table. She
Yeah.
cussing now and
And the thing about it is I never cursed on my main channel because I try to keep it clean.
yeah, yeah,
That don't mean
yeah.
I don't curse. Cause like the people who know me, like my family and friends who done panels with me and shit, they know I curse like a fucking sailor. But
Ooh,
when it got to
you
this
do?
channel, I don't wanna censor this channel because I want to talk the way I talk, the way I normally talk.
Yeah, yeah,
And I want to
yeah,
be free to talk. So this is the channel for that, for me to freely
yeah,
talk how I talk.
yeah.
So if you go on my
Yeah.
main channel and watch all my earlier videos, you'll still hear me cursing, but it's
Now,
not
I
like,
never heard you cussing until you started talking about the beef sector.
yeah, that's not true though.
Yeah.
That's not true
No,
though.
I
You
never
have to
heard you
go
cuss.
all the way back to the first videos on the Hood Table. You can even go
Mm-hmm.
back to my main channel. I didn't start cursing when I started doing commentary on the B sector.
Oh,
The
okay.
thing is, a lot of people who followed me over here on the Hood Table, they followed me from my main page, and I didn't curse
Mm-hmm.
a lot over there.
Okay. Yeah,
So that's the
yeah,
thing. I didn't curse. I cursed, but I didn't curse a lot over there because I tried to keep that channel
yeah.
kind of clean. Because let me tell you what happened. Let me keep it hood, right? When I
Uh-huh.
first started YouTube, I kept hearing people say, and a lot of people, maybe some people in the chat can testify to this. I kept hearing people say, if you do this, if you do that, if you do this, if you do that, if you do this, if you do that,
Mm-hmm.
YouTube will demonetize your channel. Not the channel, but your videos. And you'll
Right.
get the yellow instead of the full green, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that was also one of the reasons why I, along with a lot of other people, were really particular about what was said on their channels.
Mm-hmm.
Once I realized that's not true, once I
Mm-hmm.
realized that, I started telling other people, don't be believing that shit that people be telling y'all about. If you cuss on their channel, their video gonna be demonetized. I mean, demonetized, like they'll get a
Right.
lower amount per video.
Right.
That shit is not true. Several times I have even came on here and shown my studio and all my
Mm-hmm.
videos. And like my back in the gap when I first started the Hood Table, we used to do these Friday night lives, no holds barred, no shit off limit. We discussed everything underneath the sun. And we all
Okay.
just talked how we fucking talk. You know what I'm saying? Me, my friends from my hood, we was
I got
together
to get
every
used to you
Friday.
cussing though. I got to get used to.
Right,
I
right.
hear.
So and so when I
Yeah.
realized that, I was like, oh shit, we can cuss and talk how we want to talk and how we normally talk. And
And you
YouTube ain't gonna
going in.
demonetize. I mean, when I see my shit is 99.99% every fucking video I done made in the last 6 or so years is
Mm-hmm.
green. So that shit that people be telling me about the cussing and all that shit is not true. It's not
Yeah,
true.
yeah.
It's not
Oh,
true.
wow. Okay, okay. Well, I'm glad you still hanging in there. Do your thing. Hello to everybody in the room.
Hey
I can't
TC, hey QY.
can't see no text. Let me see.
Oh, QI said you would be perfect in the morning. Oh, yeah. So let me get back to that. So somebody has said that I would be perfect in the mornings. I'm like, nah. And then somebody else, totally different, somebody not even from this sector, but who is in this sector,
Mm.
they said that I would be perfect for the nighttime. I'm like, why
Why
y'all
don't
trying
you
to put me
look?
night
Why don't you
day?
hood table?
Uh-huh.
Give the morning a shot and give the night a shot. See what happens. Right? Can anybody hear me?
I
Can I
don't
get a
know. I
oh
don't
you
know.
know you thinking. All right, let me say hello. Hello, Miss L Blue. What's up, fam?
Hey, how you doing,
QY,
love?
CC, what's up? What's up?
How you doing? Hey,
All right,
Booski.
I'm a jump down. But I'm going to be opening up my room probably in maybe about 2 weeks, something like
Okay,
that.
bet. I'll be
I
over there.
ain't gonna be no, I'm not gonna be doing a whole lot. I don't want
But that's
all
okay.
the people in my room. I'm not gonna be arguing with nobody. I ain't doing none of that. You know?
That's okay. That's okay.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
okay.
so I said I'll give it a shot probably in about two weeks or so.
You know you'll
See
have some
what happens.
support.
Huh?
You'll know you have some support.
Yeah. Anybody seen Very Carrie? I haven't seen her.
Yeah, she was in my chat the other day, and she's been in other people's chats. Yeah.
Oh, tell her I haven't seen her. Tell her I said what's up.
All right, I will.
All right, peace. You have a good one here.
All right, hon. You too. You too.
All
Is that
right.
my bestie in the chat? Bestie, you want to hit the link? You ain't got to turn the camera on, but you if you want to hit the link, feel free. She don't be knowing what the fuck be going on with what the fuck we be talking about. There go Very Care right there. But yeah, bestie. Okay, this is my bestie. We known each other for years. Okay, over a decade. And under new management just said that she didn't know I curse. Even though I curse all the time. Bestie, did you hear that? Ah! My bestie will tell you I curse like a sailor. Always have. Always have. Always have. It's always funny when I hear somebody say, the hood table curse? The hood table be cursing? If you catch me not cussing, then you might want to check my temperature. That's all I gotta say about that. Hey Tracer, how you doing? Yeah, you heard her. My bestie has even been on the show before, so she's hit the link before in the past. We did shows together in the past. But yeah, that's my beautiful bestie, the one and only. Okay. But yeah, you said you're in the bushes and working and listening. All right, that's what's up. That's what's up. So now somebody said that with my personality, and content could fit any time slot. You are really good at what you do. Do it, sis. Oh, that's so sweet. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. I'm just, my schedule is different right now. I have more free time on my hand, so I can pretty much go live when I want to. But it seems like there are people who go live at night that do give a lot of content that can lead over, to the next day. So that's why I said the afternoonish, early evening is kind of like perfect for me. Kind of perfect, at least for now. If they didn't know, it means they don't watch enough. There you go. Because Very Carrie, she been following me for years, and I've been following her for years too. So that's what you say. I'll be telling people that too. If you don't know that I cuss, then you probably haven't watched me enough or watched enough videos. Hey, that's my bestie. Hold up, y'all. Let me make sure. Now, Bessie, they be porn bombing people on here. So we always have to put a banner up first so we can hear the people's voice and make sure it's them. So you can come off of mute and say something, boo.
It's me. Hi,
Right,
bestie.
that's my bestie. Let me take this picture down and you can stay off camera.
Okay.
Okay, let me pour that picture. Okay, there it is. Hey, hon, how you doing?
Hi, babe. I'm good.
That's good.
I was on YouTube trying to find a documentary to listen to, and you popped up. I was like, what the hell she on here fussing for now? Let me see.
I'm just discussing a little bit of what had been going on in the B sector. You know, I talk to you about the B sector sometime, but as we people in this sector always say, our friends and family don't be knowing what the fuck we be talking about, who we be talking about, don't even know why we here. Shit.
Mm-hmm. Because I sure was listening to another one earlier, and I said I'm gonna have to go back and listen because I could not catch what y'all was talking about. I came in too
Oh,
I came in too late, but I'm gonna go back and listen later.
all right, hon. Well, it's good to talk to you. We was on the phone earlier, but I know you had to run earlier. Did you handle all your business, honey?
I did, and what's crazy is now I don't even want to twist my locks. That's crazy. I spent,
Really?
yeah, I spent too much time. It's gonna take me forever. So either I'm gonna have to do it later tonight, or I'm gonna have to do it tomorrow.
And how long would it take you to twist your locks?
Well, I'm actually gonna give it a good wash.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna wash it. It'll probably take me about maybe 5 or 6 hours to do it.
Oh, child.
Yeah. And
Now I
so
see why some people might go to salons or something to have that done. But you, like I said, my bestie does her own locks, y'all. Her locks are so pretty. They are beautiful. She colors them and everything. Takes care, real good care of her own hair. But yeah, she does a great job. She's very beautiful. But
thank
yeah,
you, babe. I
you
love
will.
you and I miss you.
I miss you too. I need to come down there to see you too. I was just talking to somebody earlier today, and I said I am traveling this summer. There's about 5 people I want to go see. I gotta hit up Florida, I gotta hit up Texas, I gotta hit up the SIP, I gotta hit up Memphis and Alabama. It's like I
Hmm.
think I'm gonna be on a trip for about a month, bestie. I'm serious.
And you already know I'm about to talk smack, right?
Well,
Yeah.
well.
So when you come my way, I don't want to
Mhm.
hear nothing. I don't
I
know. I
already
don't care.
know.
Oh, you know what I'm about to say?
I already know what you're about to say.
What I'm about to say.
Does it have anything to do with crunch?
Yes, it does. Absolutely.
I already know.
I don't care what you gotta do. Your ass better bring me that strawberry cheesecake crunch cake. However it goes, you better. I don't care how you got to get it here. You come to Florida, you better bring it.
I will.
You better bring it. You better ship it. You better look into how to ship it or something, cause I'm about sick of you. I didn't ask for that cake so many doggone times to be shipped to me. So, but anyway, you know I love
I
you.
am over here cracking up.
I know, cause you scared it's gonna
Y'all,
get ruined.
y'all, my bestie. Okay, so every time she comes into town, I when she hits me up and says she's coming into town, unless it's a quick in and out dash, I always make her the strawberry crunch shortcake cheesecake, which is one of the most popular cakes I make. And she
Mm-hmm.
loves it. She loves it. And basically, I'll make her a whole cake. It's really way too much for one person. So she'll eat some, then she'll give some away, and she'll have other people try it and taste it. But yeah, that shit is so good. Oh God.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
It is. It's my favorite. I ain't never tasted no cake. The cake tastes just like the strawberry crunch, um, the ice cream that you could get on the stick.
Mm-hmm.
Oh
Mm-hmm.
my- But it tastes better than that. It's so soft and it's so moist. It like melt in your mouth. It's like ridiculous. I'm like, ain't no way. There's just no way that this cake should taste this way.
Oh, remember when the things was really flying off the shelf, bestie? I
Yeah.
had literally, I was, because I always post my work after I create it. I was posting literally like 10 of them joints a week and all different designs, huh? Like all different.
All different designs. They don't never look the same, but yes. And I remember when I came into town one time for my other friend who passed away, and I had asked you if you would make that cake for me to take to the repast. And when I went to the repast, people was like, whose cake is this? And when they actually pulled the box back and they saw the sticker on it that it was yours, they was like, oh, I definitely got to get some of that. I had to like, I had to guard the cake because people they wanted the cake before they even went to go get the food. So I'm like, no, we eat
Mm-hmm.
and then we get dessert. So
Mm-hmm.
here's what ended up happening. Her husband, um, he actually he took a bite of the cake. So he cut the first piece and he tasted it. And then he was like, I'm gonna let you have a piece. So he let me have a piece and he gave his mama a piece. After he tasted that cake and he gave me and his mama some, that cake disappeared. He was like, I don't care. Ain't nobody getting none of this cake. He removed the cake from off of the table. He removed the cake from off the table. He was like, I don't care. I know you brought it here for everybody to have some. Ain't nobody getting none of this cake. This is my cake.
Man, do you know how many times I hear stories like that?
Mm-hmm.
So many times I hear stories like that of people who, like, Karma Diva, our girl Karma Diva, right?
Of course.
So you remember the first time when it was her mother who had passed away,
Mm-hmm.
and and I had to make some cakes and desserts because with my friends, when it comes to funerals and homegoing services, that's like my gift, to my friends, the people that's close to me, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, excuse me, somebody had took one of the cakes, and we didn't know what had happened to it. And everybody was like, we know she made 3 cakes. There was 1 cake here. Girl, somebody had hid like half a cake.
Yeah.
Like hid it. I mean, I hear those stories all the time. And so what I do when I tell people, when I drop off desserts or when people pick up my desserts, I say, do not wait to get you a piece, because I hear those complaints too. Dang, I didn't even taste none. Dang, I didn't even get none. Dang, I didn't. They just swallowed the cake.
Yep.
So I'll be telling people, you better get in where you fit in and
Because
cut you a slice and put it away or something.
as soon as
Mhm.
people see what the cakes look like, they know that it's you. Even if your business card isn't on the box, people who have ordered, they know who made that cake.
Our whole community knows my work. Our whole
Yeah.
community knows my work by just looking at a cake. They can say, "Oh, I know who made that cake." Just like when Niche, our friend Nisha, when she was
Mm-hmm.
at an event, and she was looking at my cakes on her cell phone. Our friend, somebody walked behind her and said, "Is that such and such cakes?" And she said, "Yeah, how you know?" And they said, "Oh, I know her work."
That's what
I
I'm
was like,
saying.
"Ain't that some shit?"
That's what I'm saying. So if you make a cake for somebody, we gonna know exactly who made it, and we trying to make sure we get a piece for sure. But I want to tell you something else. Do you remember, like before you made the cakes,
Mm-hmm.
there was one year at Christmas time where
Mm-hmm.
you had made 2 pecan pies. You did make cake, but you made 2 pecan pies.
Mm-hmm.
And so when you
Yeah,
made the
that's the
two
only
pecan
pies I ever
pies,
made. Yeah.
yep. So I took a piece home. I took just only one piece of that home. When I got
Mm-hmm.
home and I was eating that, I was like, what in the hell did she put in this pecan pie? I remember reaching out to you and saying, do you still have any of the pie? You told me yes, that the boys said that they wanted some. I
Mm-hmm.
was I was on your horn for 3 days. I was like, did they get what they need? Like, have they got to taste the pie yet?
Yeah, you made sure my sons had some.
Man, because I'm like, I was hounding that pie. So by the third day, you told me they ain't ate none yet. I was like, too bad, so sad. I'm on my way right now to get
Yep.
that pie.
And
Too
I
bad.
said you can have it all. I gave you the whole thing.
He gave it all to me. Man, I know I gained about 15 pounds eating.
You know what? It's so crazy how you mention that stuff, because let me show this picture right here and hopefully you can see it. I know you probably remember when I posted this
Yes.
about a year or so ago. Yeah, I
Mhm.
had made this cake for one of my aunties on my stepdad's side for her homegoing service. When you say that people be hiding my cakes at events because they don't want nobody else to eat none, that shit is really a fact. Really a fact. And I don't like to brag about my talents and my skills, but you know what I'm saying?
We gonna brag for you because
You know.
because it's true. It is true. When people once they see what it looked like, they already know where it came from, and people they really will go and be like stalking the cake, and somehow it disappears. But
Well,
go ahead.
this entire cake, y'all, this entire cake left out of a church building and nobody knows who took it.
Mm-hmm.
When I tell you I made this cake and I put a lot of love into this cake because it was one for one of my favorite aunties on my stepdad's side. So I put a lot of love. This is a 2-layer cake that I made. I also made another cake. I made a chocolate cake too. I made 2 cakes. And so I made a chocolate cake and then I made this cake for the same homegoing service. And like maybe the next day, my cousin who helped me, who I helped put the thing together, the food and everything, she hit me up. She said, "Cuz, do you remember that cake you made?" Of course I remember. I just made it. It was yesterday. She was like, "That cake, it never got put out on display with all the food. Um, and at the end of the evening, the cake was gone." And I said, "What do you mean it was gone?" She said, "Somebody took the whole damn cake." She said, "We never cut the cake. We never took it out. Somebody took the whole cake." I said, "You lying to me."
Nope, they
That
ain't
cake
lying.
took me hours. Every little squiggle, every little rosette, every little pearl, and the whole side of the cake is decorated. The whole side of the cake is decorated. I could not believe. I swear on my mama in heaven, somebody took that whole cake
I believe
from
it.
the church.
I believe it. And if there's any people that are listening and they haven't ordered a cake and they might be thinking, well, I don't know. Let me just tell you. I'm gonna just put it out here for you. Them cakes that you be buying from wait, I gotta remember the stores. Hold on, Tanya. Don't tell me because I ain't been there for a
Hmm.
minute. Hold on.
Hmm. Hmm.
Uh wait. Bakers, um, Walmart.
Walmart.
Is there still a Save a Lot?
No, but we got to throw in Sam's. We got to throw in Costco.
So
Um. Hmm.
so I'll just tell y'all that this ain't that. This is made from beginning to end with love. It's from scratch. It ain't cakes that's been frozen and waiting to just have some type of frosting thrown on it. So anyone who reaches out to my bestie and be asking them to make a cake, like come correct, because she puts her whole heart and soul into these cakes. And when you take that first bite, or just looking at it, you feel the love. But when you take that first bite, it's a whole other something else. So it's a difference between a person who takes the time, spend their time making a cake, beautiful every single time and different every time, and it's not a frozen cake. It ain't no box cake.
This
Sorry,
is the one she loves, y'all. This picture right here. This is the one that she loves. Every time she comes into town, I gotta hook her up.
that's my junk right there. Mm-hmm.
Strawberry shortcake, cheesecake crunch. Mm-hmm.
Yep. So, but you are very talented. You are so talented, bestie. Like you've come so far. Like I'll be looking and I'll be like, dang, how she learn how to do that? How she learn how to do that? But then I remember the first cake that you made,
A disaster. A
the
disaster.
the very first cake that you made, it was for a party. You made a cake,
One of
and
our house parties. Yep.
I bought a cake. I bought a cake from dang, what's the name of them places that you could go to where it has like it was like off of It was like off of West Center Road or somewhere where you could go to that place where you could go buy Halloween stuff. What was the name
Oh,
of
you talking about the cake gallery?
the okay. So yes. So I bought a strawberry cake from the cake gallery, and we had a get together, and Tanya, she made, I want to say, Tanya, it was red velvet. I
It
think it
was
was red.
red velvet with cream cheese frosting.
Yes. And so when I came over to drop the cake off that I had bought, Tanya was like, Bestie, look at my cake. It's so ugly. So basically, what had happened is the cake had fallen in the middle, and it had like almost like it had a slit in it that was in the form of like a crescent moon. I was like, shit, girl, listen, make that damn crescent moon a little bit bigger and make it look like a smiley face and put two slits on it, put some frosting on it. They're gonna eat this shit. So when the cake actually was done, it looked like a big ass smiley face. I, and I
Oh
didn't
my
get,
god!
and I didn't get none. I didn't get none, but that cake
They
was
tore that
gone.
cake up.
I told you they was gonna eat it. Not only was that cake gone, but I didn't even get any of the strawberry cake that I bought from the place wherever, I don't remember the name of the
The
place you
cake
said.
gallery.
The cake gallery. I didn't even get a piece. They tore that cake up. They ate that before they actually ate the food. It was crazy. It was gone.
It is crazy. It was gone. I have come a long way when it comes to cake decorating. And when I first started, I was just playing around because my mom used to do the cakes and stuff for all of our holidays and birthdays and stuff. And after she left, I got tired of spending money on them Walmart cakes and other cakes. And the kids for the parties, they wouldn't hardly eat that shit. Like, throw
Mhm.
a whole cake away. They like, Mom, it don't taste that good. So that's when I started learning how to make cakes. And so at first I was just practicing and just messing around. This is just for the kids, just for family, just for holidays. But the better and better I got, people's like, oh, you should sell them. You should sell them. I would buy one. I would buy one. So remember, Peaches, remember the first day I actually put it on Facebook
You did, and I
that I
think
was
I
about
want to
selling
say
cakes?
I think you was giving away, like you had some type of a raffle.
Every month, once a month, I would give away a free cake, and you have to have the number between 1 to 100 that I came up with.
Mm-hmm. Yep, I remember that. But also you had it to where people could actually like try the cake without
Oh yeah,
actually winning.
that's true. That's true too. And that's how, remember Robert? Remember when I had made the carrot cake? And
Yeah,
he normally goes out to that place way out west. What it start with a W, Winfield or something like that.
that's the place that I was trying to think of earlier, but no, where you said cake gallery, that's where I did get the
Okay.
cake from.
Well, he normally gets his carrot cake from Winfields or whatever it's called. And so I was giving away slices of, because that's what I always did. And I told my supporters about this too. When I first started off, I would give away free cakes, cupcakes all over the city. And I would tell people between 6 and 9 or whatever, come get a free slice of cake. And people would come, they would actually come and pick up a free slice of cake from the crib. And so when he picked up his carrot cake, he posted the next day on Facebook. He said, y'all, I don't never buy carrot cakes east of like 72nd or whatever. He said, I always go out west to such and such. But when I ate her carrot cake, he said this is the best carrot cake, the closest thing to what he got from that store, that cake place. And he
Right.
said, man, he said 100, 100. And I was like, and from him, and he would cut up on a stove, a restaurant, a individual, a food truck. He will
I
cut you down
remember.
if your shit is not hitting.
I remember if it wasn't up to par, oh, you was gonna hear about it. If it's good or if it's great, you was gonna hear about it. He kept an honest review.
And his words carry, because people will hit you up if you get a good review from him. They will definitely hit you up. So yeah, that's true. That's true.
The crazy thing is, Tanya, carrot cake is my favorite. That
Mm.
I'm not even gonna lie, carrot cake is my favorite, but you shouldn't have never let me try the strawberry cream cheese crunch cake, because from that I'm like, I don't care nothing about what else it is. Well, okay, maybe one more. So you remember I told you about only my grandma. I like coconut cake too, but not too
Mm-hmm.
many people can make coconut cake. And
Mm-hmm.
you made a coconut cake for somebody one time. Man, I ain't even gonna lie. You had my ass down here in Florida crying, because I'm like, it brought back memories, because people don't make that no more. And I could taste my
Nope.
grandmama's cake, even though my grandmama been gone 20 something years.
That is old school. And it was actually an older gentleman from my church. He found out that I was a cake decorator and he said his favorite cake is coconut. And
Yeah,
I said, well, I can make you a coconut cake. He said, no. He said, I mean, like the way they make them down south, like from scratch. I said, I can make you a coconut cake. He said,
yeah,
with the coconut and the filling and the I was like, listen, do you want me to make you a cake or not? He was
exactly.
like, yeah. I said, well, this is how much it costs. He gave me the money. I made the cake. Man, he raved and raved and raved to
Yeah.
everyone who would listen at church about that doggone cake.
I got all emotional and in my feelings when you posted that cake, because I mean, I can smell it and I can taste it, but I ain't had one since my grandmother was alive. And so I'm like, dang, that was my favorite cake. And my bestie done made somebody a coconut cake. She's a bad mama jamma. And can't nobody touch you. I'm sorry. There's a
Mm-hmm.
lot of talented people. And
Mm-hmm.
I don't take away from anyone that, they might do some, or what it is that you do, or close to it, or whatever the situation. And I'm not just saying this because you're my best
Always three
friend.
layers. I'm sorry to cut you off, baby. TC said 3 layers. All my cakes are 3 layers,
They sure are.
except for the one my bestie really loves, which is the strawberry crunch shortcake cheesecake, because that has 2 layers of cake and 2 layers of cheesecake. But I do as many whatever people want me to do. I'll do a 5 layer cake. I'll do a 2 tier, 3 tier, 4 tier, sheet cake, whatever. You know.
But you know what? Even so, when you did just the two layer was so tall, so big, so filled with cream cheese, so filled with the homemade frosting, so filled with strawberries on top and around the side. Like the last time that I had one, like I knew I wasn't going to be able to take it on the plane, so I shared it with people in the hotel that I was with.
Mhm.
I,
Yes, and I
I
think
didn't,
that time you said you didn't want it to be that big. I think that's what you had told me that time.
because it was only me. It was
Yeah.
only me. And even though people had said that they wanted, people who knew that I was coming, and they said that they wanted to see me, when once I got there, it was a whole other thing. So people who I thought I was going to be able to share the cake with, I didn't get to share the cake with them. So me being the person that I am, I'm not finna let this go in the trash.
Right,
So
right.
and so no. So everybody in the hotel, like I put a sign up there, and I took what I wanted and I put a sign up there and told the people to help themselves. Please get yourself a piece. I put your business cards up there, and it was what it was, you know?
Mm-hmm. 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 Yep, yep, yep. And I know you gotta go, but before you go, a lot of people who follow me don't believe that I don't even eat cake. I be
Mm-mm.
like, I don't. I really don't. They say, well, how you know if it tastes good? How you know if the people's gonna like it? How you know? I said, I've been doing this so long. And I never really ate cake in the first place. So that's why I always had the taste testers. That's why I always gave out free cake and had the monthly giveaways. And I mean, I used to take cake all around to the salons, the beauty shops, the schools, the nursing homes, the churches. I used to take cakes everywhere
Yep,
and let people
it
try.
is true. It's a true story. Tanya do not eat cake, but her ass can make a bad cake, and it don't matter what it is. You can tell her what you want, and she gonna figure out how to make it. And when it's made, you could tell that it's made with love. Because I don't eat no food that don't look like it looks like it's made with love. If I can just tell, look like you threw away or you threw something. Like, I'm gonna give you an example, and then I'm gonna let you go. So I've been watching some stuff about gumbo, and I really been trying to like gumbo, but people be making this gumbo and it be looking like dirty dishwater, or it be looking like it's somebody's brown something. I don't know. But if it don't look like it's made with love, I'm not gonna touch it. But my bestie puts her foot, toenail, fingernail, eyeball, head, it goes all in it. So if you can't feel the love when she makes something for you, I feel sorry for you, because she gets down and I get down too. You
You
know,
do. You
I
do. She
I
definitely can cook. She can definitely get down in the kitchen.
I
She
can't
sure can.
I'm not the sweets person, but when it comes to all the food that we like, our all the stuff that I grew up on, anything, everything, I can make it. And if I can't, I'm gonna figure out how to make it. So, but
Hmm. That's true.
Bestie, Bestie is she's into the sweet. So, but I love you so much, and
I
I don't
love
want to
you
keep you.
too.
I don't want to keep you and take over your show. So I'm gonna let you go and kind of.
That's okay. It's all you bestie. You can take over whatever the fuck you want to take over.
I love you, girl, and I
I
miss
love
you.
you too. I
I
miss you
think
too.
I think I'm probably gonna be seeing you before you come my way.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Just hit me up and let me know and we can get the crew together.
Yeah, I'm trying to make something. I'm trying to make something shake. So, because I haven't been there since my daughter passed away. So,
I know. I
yeah,
know.
and we ain't gonna talk about that part because I'm
Yeah,
I'm good, and I don't like to be getting all emotional about that. But
I know.
I think I probably will be seeing you before you come here to see me. So,
Okay. Yeah, because I'm not doing till summertime. So if you do plan to come up here, well, we talk anyway. But yeah, definitely let me know because we're gonna get the crew together. We're gonna have an old throwback get together.
we
Yes.
just like old times.
Just like old times.
Yeah. So, but
Yeah.
I love you, and
All right. Love you
go
too.
back to your show, love, and I'll go ahead and just kind of sit in the background and kind of watch what y'all talking about.
All right, honey.
Mwah!
Mwah. See you later. Talk to you later, baby. All right, y'all. That's my bestie. It's been so long since she hit the panel. It's been like 2 years. Yeah, about two and a half, 3 years. But she's always watching. She's always watching. But she'd be like, I be trying to figure out what y'all talking about, but I don't know. But yeah, so that's the bestie. That's my bestie. But shout out to her. Shout out to her. I love her so much. We go back. We go way back. We actually met in dance class before our dance class turned into a dance team. That's how we met years and years ago when our kids were younger. Our kids was going to school together and everything. But yeah, that's how we met a long time ago. And then we formed a dance team and we danced together for years. And then she ended up moving out of town. And so we don't get to see each other as much as we like. So it's always good to talk to her. And I just talked to her this morning. I'm like, what you doing in my chat, girl? You better go there and dread your hair up, honey. All that pretty hair. But yeah, so back to what I was saying, and I do got the link still dropped. I haven't got the phone call yet from my son. Let me know to meet them at the park because they kind of waiting for the sun to go down a little bit because it's still like 96 degrees right now, and they don't want to take my 4-year-old grandson out there yet to the park. So anyway, let me get into the rest of what I was talking about. So as far as the night slots, okay, so I'm not really. I really don't have a time frame for my shows. Y'all know I pop out. When I pop out, I try to get in where I fit in. So that's what I'm on. I'm not trying to take no night, no day, no morning, no. I come out when I can come out. It might be 9 a.m. It might be 2 p.m. It might be 7 p.m. Just whenever I can come out. But as far as these are my confessions portion of VS's live, Ken was the first one to hit the panel, and he was just playing around, you know, talking about his confession is for VS. He doesn't feel, you know, he doesn't like the fact that VS be showing more attention to ZX than him. And I know he was just joking, talking about he's a little jealous. But then VS threw it back at him. Well, how you feel like that when you was showing Mia, Miss MIA, more attention than anybody else in the sector? Ken was like, that ain't true. He was like, what you talking about, Willis? And we all know it's true. But it's okay, Ken. It's okay, Ken. But then she asked, was him and Mia still talking? Because, you know, word on the curb is that they still might be talking. He said that's not true either. Then VS asked Ken, isn't there something that you want to confess to? And he was like, I don't know. Is it? And he was like, I don't know. Did I do something? And she was like, to Lemon? Ken's ass up there talking about, I don't know. Is there? Did I do anything? I forgot. What you talking about, Willis? And VS was like, bring. Child. When VS did that, I just laughed so hard. I laughed so hard. He still was like, I don't know what you're talking about. And I'm like, Kenola, all I need, see, first of all, I didn't know where she was going in the beginning. But when she said lemon and when she said bring, you know, making a telephone ringing sound, I already knew. It had something to do with Lemon's mama getting phone calls. Because remember, VS had told us last week that somebody had hit her up about a phone number to somebody. So both VS and Kenola made a confession today. Ken confessed to being one of the people, not the one, but one of the people who was calling Lemon's mom. And he said the reason why he called her, though, was because he wanted to warn her of other people who might be calling. I don't know. Maybe Ken is in the clouds right now. Maybe he can drop down. But what's up, Dropping the Tea? How you doing, hon? Good to see you. Good to see you. Make sure you guys are liking and sharing the video. But he said that he was one of the ones who had called Lemon's mom, and he basically wanted to warn her from other people that might be harassing her and shit like that. And he said that's the reason why Lemon's mom be sending all her phone calls to voicemail and no longer answering her phone call. But yeah, he wanted to warn her because people were being disrespectful or might call her or something Ken has said about Lemon's mother in the phone call. So Lemon's mom said there was a lot of people calling her, mostly women, though, mostly women. I don't know who those women are in the sector, but she said they were sending her clips of Lemon. They were sending her like videos, like pictures of Lemon, you know, to her phone. And again, the mother said it was mostly women. And now that's why she sends her calls to voicemail. But he said he did it. He don't give a fuck. It is what it is. If anybody get mad about it, fuck them. What you gonna do about it? What you gonna do about it? And the crazy thing is he continually sits on the panel with Lemon all the damn time. See, this is why I always say some of the stuff y'all do, sometimes a lot of people think it be plays, you know, manufactured beats or whatnot, because some of the shit y'all be doing and then y'all be right back talking to each other, supporting each other panels, things like that. Like if somebody called my parent and was playing on my parents' phone, it's like to the dirt. Like some of the shit y'all be doing is like to the dirt, but y'all still be, fuck it. It is what it is. You know, moving right along. A couple of months later, y'all, you know, kumbaya or whatever the fuck. But then as far as the court date, now this is what I was trying to find out the other day. Because when J Dunn was doing the commentary on Lemon's court date, you know, because he has a continuous for the hit and run, he says he wasn't drunk. Some of his supporters say he wasn't drunk. But when you listen to, whose live was that? Shit. Was it VS? I can't remember whose live it was, but the person, I think it was Tulsa. Was it Tulsa who said whenever he comes live, he's already drunk? Lemon does not ever come live without drinking. He be drunk. He be slurring. He be falling asleep during his lives. We know he be drunk. And then if he say, I'm about to run to get me some food or run to get me some liquor, We know he already been drinking. I remember times when people would be in his chat, please don't go, order DoorDash, order Uber. You know, he want his Chick-fil-A or whatever, and he be getting in the car, right? So when he went to the store that day to get some liquor that night, they said he had already been drinking. Now, I'm not saying that he was drinking when he ran into that store with his car. When he hit the stove, when he hit the establishment, that brick and mortar with his car, I'm not going to say he was drunk. But Jay Dunn did find out that after he went to court, you know, when everybody was under the impression that it was all over, he just got community service, you know, no biggie. And I was saying, well, damn, that's how it works in Cali. You can run into a whole store with your car and just get community service. But anyway, he did leave. It was a hit and run. So we don't know if he was drunk at all. We don't know if he was under the influence at all because he hit and ran, right? Had the cops been there, it might have been a different story. They might have would have done like a sobriety test and had him walk the, you know, the green mile. You know how they make you walk, you know, put your one foot in front of the other, arms stretched to the side, touching your nose, blinking your eyes, spitting in the air, you know, all the shit that they be having you do, you know, when they making sure you're not drunk. But anyway, Jay Dunn found out it had been a continuous. It was not over and done with. The continuance, as we know, is on June 29th. Now, somebody said that Ken Nola had already busted out Lemon with that shit. When Lemon was talking about it's all good, court went great, Ken was in his chat talking about, no, it didn't. You got to go back to court. You got a continuance. And Lemon was like, if that's the truth, then what's the day? Ken didn't say the day. He was like, he didn't say the day. Jay Dunn came out later saying what day it was. So when Ken was on VS panel this morning and they were making these confessions, VS was like, how did you know that there was a continuance? He said, because Lemon must have forgotten. Lemon told me himself when he was drunk and called me. I said, you know you lying to me. So this nigga drunk and disorderly on the phone calling Ken. You know how Lemon be drunk and disorderly. He done got cussed out by the Gov. He done got cussed out by so many people for calling them. VS even said, don't call me no more, nigga. If you need to talk to me on your platform on YouTube. I don't want nobody else hitting me up behind the scenes. But Lemon be doing that. He be calling people drunk and shit, and he must have forgot that he told Ken was the first one who said, you got another court date. And he just didn't want to give the date. So anyway, Ken Nola never saw the documents. He said, I ain't seen shit. I ain't went and looked up nothing. He told me on the phone. Child, what in the drunk mind speaks sober words is going on? He's never sober, dropping the tea. I got my bestie cracking up. She still don't know what the hell we be talking about, child. We just we be over here doing the most. I saw that dropping the tea, and you know what, dropping the tea, I got your email and I saw it and I was going to respond to you, but yesterday, as I told people this morning, I had to go to the emergency room with my cousin because she had got sick. That's what that video was about this morning when I was telling you about the lady who was in the hospital who was just left there. You know, so yeah, that's what happened. So I did get your email, but then today I was fucking around with the chat GPT and I figured it out. And I was like, ew, shout out to dropping the tea. I was like, yeah, I'm definitely going to get her some love. And that was totally you. That was totally you who told me how to remove certain pictures or what images from off of chat GPT. So thank you so much. So I sent the new pic to Riggs and I sent the new pic to Charlie so she can do our video for our intro. But thank you so much. You said, I wish they would leave Cly and Lemmy alone. That would make some funny content. Stay tuned. Child, I done seen Cly over there looking all beautiful with her chocolate self. I sure. Mm-hmm. Yeah, she's okay. My cousin is okay and back home. As far as the elderly lady that was there left in the emergency room by herself, I hope she's doing okay too. I really do. I really do. Because that just broke my heart what I witnessed at the emergency room yesterday. But yeah. So VS made a second confession. And I'm about to wrap this up in a minute. VS made a second confession, which actually was a good confession. When VS said that she was calling the DMV on Lemon, you know, when they started beefing, when she had to sat his ass down and put his ass in a you know, put his ass in a trick bag. She said that when she was calling the DMV and filling out the application thing, she said she didn't hit send. She didn't follow through. She did have somebody on the phone, and we know that because she was live when she was calling CPS, and she was calling the DMV, and she was calling Animal Patrol, and she was calling the court, and she was calling the public pretender's office, and she was calling the apartment complex. VS was calling everybody but Jesus. VS was calling everybody on limit, and that shit was very entertaining, I might add. But she said she did report that his mom didn't have insurance. She did call CPS. We know that. But she didn't follow through with the actual application report at the DMV. As far as the dog thing, she did do a report on that. And Lemon has to prove that his dog is up to date with shots. But as far as, you know, the dog, VS found out that if somebody tries to attack Lemon or somebody tries to harm him, then it's within his dog's right to attack, to go Cujo on their ass, as it is with anybody. I believe that's probably true in a lot of states, if not all. If you're walking or somewhere with your dog and somebody approaches you and try to attack you, you can't just tell your dog, stay, sit, ubu, sit. That good dog. No, that dog, if it's any kind of dog, it's gonna fucking protect you, at least bark, at least be an ankle biter or some shit, you know. But anyway, so as far as the CPS call, she did follow through with that. So it is what it is. You know, she can't take none of that back. She did not sugarcoat. She did not put 20 on 10 when she made them phone calls. She just said what she witnessed, what she saw, and what she heard. As far as the income thing, she said she could have went further by calling SSI, but she did make contact with his probation officer just to ask some questions. Like for the public pretenders, is it income based? Which I do believe it is. To get a public pretender, you do have to be under a certain income bracket. Otherwise, they're going to like find out what your income is, see if you can afford it or not, or something like that. You know, so I think that's kind of the same thing with trying to get a restraining order on somebody, I believe. Because I do believe once when I had to fill out a restraining order for that nigga who broke into my house in the middle of the night years ago, which you already know about that story with my ex. I do believe that it was supposed to cost something, or either they have to give you a waiver or something if you can't afford it. I ain't had a protection order on nobody in a minute, but I think that's how it happened. But as for panels, now I saw that what's her name? Oh God, Pisa. I saw that Pisa was supposed to have a panel, an all-male panel, which I think would be interesting. VS also mentioned the fact that she would like to see a panel with Ken, Shakim, ZX, Audio, maybe even Lolo, maybe even Lemon, because she really thinks that they're not really beefing like that, even though they've done stuff to each other, maybe have called each other, doxed each other, harassed each other, and their parents, and their family, and their children, and their wives and mamas. Okay, but VS thinks that they're really not that mad at each other. Kenola, on the other hand, he's like, maybe everyone except Audio he would fuck with on a panel and be cordial, because I guess he believes Audio took it too far with his wife and his daughter. So it's to the dirt. It's to the dirt. You know, for everyone else, he said he doesn't mind. So I don't know if that's ever going to happen. Lolo and Lemon, they did have a conversation. It did get kind of heated the other day on the panel. And VS was like, do y'all think y'all could ever be friends again? Do y'all think y'all could ever be cool again? And both of them was like, I don't know. Give us some time, maybe 6 months, 90 days, a year, maybe. It might be some time to, be friends again, recoup their relationship. But right now, especially the way that I felt Lolo when she was talking. I felt it in her voice that she still hurt. Her mother passed 3 months ago in December, right before Christmas. Everybody remembers that. And some people just made a shit show of it, a mockery of it, accusations, shit like that. And for somebody that she really thought was her friend, who she felt like she didn't have her back, I can definitely understand, because if some shit happened like that with my friend and my mother just passed and they making it was just a lot. So I can see why Lolo would be like, I don't know. It might be to the dirt, but who knows? Who knows? As far as me, again, I don't have a permanent schedule. So as far as the nighttime spots, A lot of us do enjoy that messy nighttime enjoyment. We do love that entertainment. You know, back in the Gap, it used to be Sir King. He was the king of the nighttime shows. Now it's a few people doing it at nighttime. But me, with the weather approaching and it's going to be nice, you know, today, the last 4 days has been really nice. We about to get a little cold streak in the 50s and 40s this week. Then hopefully after that, it'll start, you know, the temperature start rising again. But I'm trying to touch grass. I'm trying to get out. I'm trying to travel. When you work from home, not just with your main job, not with your main gig, but everything I do is from home, whether it's making cakes, whether it's making party favors, whether it's making party table treats, whether it's making t-shirts or other type of apparel, everything I do at home. So sometimes I do get a little cabin fever. And especially when you're in the Midwest and it's cold for months and months on end, I do admit I get a little cabin fever. So I definitely can't dedicate the nighttime, you know, crew for doing content. I can't dedicate it. If it happens every now and then, it happens. But you said ZX sounds jealous about Clyde. What's the big thing about Lemon and Clyde? People don't want to see them doing content together? Noble said that's why I blocked him, because he kept calling me drunk, and I can't talk to drunks even when I've been drinking. It's irritating. Hold on, y'all. I'll be right back. I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. I'm back. Somebody was at the door. Delivery. Has the B sector turned into the manosphere? You think the B sector turned? Oh, because they want all male panels? Oh, I get where you're going. That was ultimate disrespect to Lolo's mom. Yep. Rest in heaven. Yep. Dropping a T. She sound fed up. Like it's to the dirt, but she's trying to be nice for the sake of, you know, being nice and trying to be cordial. But child, yeah, Lolo, she ain't thinking about no kumbaya, no come to Jesus moment at this time. Not yet, not yet. Now, the last thing that I wanted to discuss was Dee Loop. Because when I had came into VS's live earlier today, I was late. So I only saw like the last maybe 1/4 of the show. And I saw like when I rewound it, I saw like Dee Loop. I was like, what? Oh, hold on, shoot. Dee Loop is on the bit on the. I said I definitely got to go back and rewatch this. So yeah, it was a pretty entertaining show. Some of the heavy hitters was on there today, and VS, she did have to, you know, she had to keep like alternating people around because, you know, she didn't have a StreamYard, so she could only let, I think, like 5 or 6 or something amount of people on there. But I was surprised to see Dee Loop on there. She also hit the panel, and she told VS that she definitely doesn't hold anything against her, you know, hold her accountable for anything that has been going on in the last, you know, 3 to 5 business days. Because VS was just going off of what was told to her and was doing commentary on it just like everyone else, you know, as she should. But with everyone doing commentary on it, Dee says she also got to look basically at who actually fucks with her, who don't fuck with her, because we know when she was doing them lives, oh my God, everybody in the chat was just dragging, calling her liars, telling her she's doing clickbait. We want the receipts, shit like that. I even saw somebody in the chat say something like, did the attorney give her permission to pull all this shit that she did, on the as far as all this this tea that we never got receipts for and shit like that. And I was like, child, I don't know. I don't know. And the person in the back, I don't know you. I don't know you. I don't know you. So bye. I don't know you. Never seen you before. You said heavy hitters. You said panel addicts. I don't know. I mean, I guess because that's a serious accusation. If somebody said that I pulled a pew pew on them and it was on a virtual interaction, I would tell people, shit, show it. If I did that to you, you got proof, show it. I would definitely, that's a serious accusation. I mean, you could technically be charged for, something like that. And now, again, she never showed anything, so I can't say he did it. It was a serious allegation. It was a serious allegation. But yeah, she said also she gave a PSA, public service announcement. Her attorney tells her what to do. So if she comes online tonight with the receipt, she comes online tonight. If she comes online Tuesday with the receipt, she comes online Tuesday. That's basically what she said. Who the fuck is y'all to tell her what to do, when to come on, what to show, what not to show, what to tell, what not to tell? And she said, did anybody cash app her $500? Did any of y'all cash app her $500 in order to show anything? Nope. But she did get 20,000 views in 7 days, which was, she claims, a masterclass. She claims she made a shake in the B sector over the last 7 days. And if people want a class on how to see how she and VS moves and how they get paid, then we need to pay a darn attention. But hating on the CC that people don't support is pathetic. Her words, not my words. Her words, not mine. Especially to those that are claiming that she has doxed them. Now, people have been claiming that she has doxed people in the past. I think I heard about 5 people names. 5 people that she doxed. This is what they're alleging. But according to her, shit, that don't matter even if she did, because people have doxed 50 times more than they assume she has. So that's that on that. Then Ken asked Didi Lulu to explain about how Envy tried to set up Lady Nika. Now this, even VS was like, oh, okay, yeah. What had happened? And everybody in the chat was like, yeah, spill the tea. Child. She said, first of all, she wasn't going to say anything until Ken apologized for the part he played in. So he apologized. We tried to get tea. He apologized. She said when they were in the background, her and Envy, Lady Nika, about a year ago, blessed her with a Bath and Body Works candle warmer for her birthday from off her birthday wish list. And Envy kept talking to Didi about how he loves Lady Nika and would love to do business with her. And Didi was like, why don't you just holler at her instead of trying to butter me up to approach Lady Nika for you? Then the chat was like, and she started going on to other shit. And so the chat was like, did she ever say? Did she answer the question? Why is she avoiding the question? Because that still wasn't like an answer to people in the chat or on the panel or me. So then the chat and Ken both was like, Didi, did you ever answer the question? And basically she said it was a setup because he wanted her. He was trying to cozy up to Didi, buttering her up, trying to get Lady Nika to, I guess, approve of this business transaction, business arrangement, whatever the business deal was. I don't know. But she said basically it was a setup because Lady Nika would have been open to it or agreed to the business arrangement unless Didi didn't approach her first. Now, do y'all think that is actually a setup? because I didn't feel like that was setting somebody up. A setup to me would be somebody trying to stab somebody in the back, somebody trying to do some shady to somebody. But that sound like he might have wanted to do business with her, but maybe he didn't know her that well. And since Dee Dee knew her a little better, maybe she could be like, I know this dude named Envy, da 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 da. He's interested in this. He's in this industry, this career, whatever. He does this, he does that. I mean, even Envy had approached me some time ago about the cakes. And he was like, man, you need to hit me up. And have you ever thought about mainstreaming your cakes or shipping or broadening your horizons with your cake business and all this woo woo woo? And I was like, not really. I like where I am because that's not like the only thing I do. That's not like my only focus. That's just a part of what I do. So I do a lot of things that I like to do, and that's just a part. I just have different streams of income. And, one of them might get a little bit more business than the other, but I don't want that to be my everything, my only thing that I do. So I like where I'm at now, my customer base, my supporters who have been supporting me for over 10 years with my cake business. So yeah, definitely. I'm cool with where I'm at. So we never had any further discussion about that. But thank you, lovely one. Thank you, boo, for the $2. Thank you. I appreciate that. Goals. Hey, thank you. You said if the B sector turns to the manosphere, I'm really out of here. I have not time. I don't think we're going to let it turn into the manosphere. I don't think it's too many women in the B sector. Like that cracked me up when Sunny had told Ken or somebody that she or Lemon, one of them niggas she was talking to behind the scenes, she told one of them that she was surprised by her analytics that women is the majority in the sector. And everybody was like, what? You didn't know that? Like, it's way more women than men in this sector. And allegedly I heard that she wanted her base of supporters to be more men. And I was like, well, this definitely is not the sector for you then, especially if you don't want to discuss beef sector, as you say. So yeah, a lot of people was recommending that she go to another sector or meet other people virtually online, or maybe even start your own sector. People do it all the time. They start their own sector. Room Shaker was in here below before, and she got the hell sector. So yeah. But you said, what do you think man code means, bros before? They try to get me to join the bros before hoes organize. Oh, that is too funny. But yeah, so yeah, they were still dragging Dee Dee Loop in the chat when she was up there with VS. I was like, boy, y'all won't let her live. Y'all will not let her live for any darn thing. But yeah, so was that it? The funniest thing I saw on the live today, let me talk about that. So when watching VS, I ain't gonna hold you. When JD hit that panel and got to argue with Dee Dee Lulu, that shit was funny. JD said, where's your husband, bitch? And J Dunn, the way she talks, she got that country accent. Where's your husband, bitch? And Dee Dee said, wherever I put him, bitch. That just tickled me so much. I was hollering. Child, did y'all hear that interaction? I was hollering. Jada was like, where's your husband, bitch? Wherever I put him, bitch. I was like, that shit was so damn funny. That tickled the fuck out of me. But anyway, Sour Patch. Okay, so Sour Patch got on there. She was arguing with people too. Later on in the show, Sour Patch and VS asked her if she wanted. Well, okay, so when it came to the confession, Sour Patch hit the panel for one particular thing. But VS, while she had her up there, she said, "Do you want to give the blacks an apology?" I was like, my ears perked up so fast because there's been allegations that she said the N-word or said some disparaging things about us colored folk on here, and she's not black. And so VS said, "Do you want to give the blacks an apology for anything negative you may have said?" She's like, "No, I've never done or said anything." VS said, "What about the N-word? You never said the N-word?" And she denies it. She denied it, saying she never said no such thing. The only reason why she hit the panel because she had heard something about it being said. Hold on. Yes, she said the blacks. VS is so funny. She was so fun. She is so funny. That's one of the reasons why I like. Always been very entertaining. She said the blacks. She said, "Do you want to apologize to the blacks?" But no, she didn't want to apologize to the blacks or no other race. She said the only reason why she came up there because she had got word that somebody had said excuse me, that she and Mika was doxing in Lemon's Discord. And J Dunn said she mentioned Mika, but not her. And because according to J Dunn, Mika did dox in the Discord, which is how they found out about Devin Ortiz. Now we know who Devin Ortiz is because Shakim Raw, Cowboy Raw, was trying to pretend to be Devin Ortiz. And Devin Ortiz made thumbnails or make art, and people was using his thumbnails, and Shakim was going around striking all these people's lives in the sector, claiming his Devon Ortiz's work as his own. And Sour Patch explained that, that did come out publicly because Mika was trying to confirm that it was, in fact, Ortiz who had the rights to those thumbnails, which was no kind of doxing. That's what she said. Because of the fact that Ortiz put his own information out there attached to his work that he does on his page. But as far as doxing in the Discord, per Sour Patch, Mika has never done that. And that's what she claimed. Then Sour Patch and Tulsa got into a child. Tulsa said it was Mika and Sour Patch that called the Moor for Sharika. Tulsa they called Sour Patch a Mexican corn eating bitch. Sour Patch called her a stupid crackheaded whore. Oh my God, my God. Somebody in the chat said, now if she called you a nigga eating chicken, don't say anything. Because Tulsa and them got chickens or roosters or some shit going on over there at the crib. So they was like, why you calling her a Mexican corn eating bitch, don't say nothing when she call you a nigga eating chicken. But then again, that could be explained by a lot of niggas eat chicken and watermelon. Okay. Oh, you said that. Hey, what's up, TSW? You said that, TSW. Yeah. See, I be trying not to give away who be saying what in the chats, but that shit was funny. I was purely entertained by VS's whole live. Y'all have to go watch it because that's her last hurrah for a minute. She said she's gonna take like a 6-month break, to refocus on her health and her well-being and things like that. So her exercising and she be skating, she be running at the track. VS is really, trying to get herself together, stuff like that, which a lot more of us need to do though. But yeah, Tulsa said Sour Patch and Mika, they had called the coroner. Now, I know a lot of us do remember this. When the coroner or the hospital was called, they was trying to find out if Sharika really had passed. Because Sharika had went live one day or posted a video one day. And then the next day, there was a post on her community wall saying that she had passed away. So some people thought, oh, that couldn't be. That's not true. Somebody must be spamming, or somebody must have been hacking her page, because the woman was just posting a video the day before. So I guess they went and they found out the information and made contact with Sharika's husband, find out that he was the one who made the post on Sharika's page, letting people know that, you know, wife has passed away, just like they do like on Facebook and stuff like that. The surviving family members, they might post a post saying, you know, with heartfelt, you know how they make those posts, that somebody has passed away. So being that she's in this community on YouTube, I didn't find that very surprising that family member would make that post, just so people could know, because there has been times in the sector where we don't hear from nobody, and it be rumors going around that somebody has passed away, sometimes true, sometimes not. Okay, we done literally seen people raised from the dead that people done put 6 feet deep, right? Like, oh shit, we heard you passed away. No, I'm not here. I'm dead. I'm not dead. I'm right here. So I guess they did get that verified. But that was about it that I wanted to cover. At the end, it was kind of entertaining because Shakim had, I guess, asked VS for the redirect. You know, Shakim asked a lot of people for a redirect, like YTC and other people, for the redirect, and he wanted the redirect. So VS had told him, she'll do it for free, because I guess Shakim was going to offer her some money. He ended her sending her a super chat for $50, saying, "Great show, redirect if you can, gratitude." Now that is definitely enough. That's a good amount of money to send somebody on any given Sunday or Saturday. But $50, damn. Was it because she had like 600, 700, 800 in the chat? Or was it just because he just was feeling, in a giving spirit? But that was a lot of money. But grown folks was like, shit, that ain't shit. She got all these motherfucking people in this chat right now. You need to send her at least 100. At least 100. I'm like thinking to myself, is he going to send some more money? That nigga immediately, he said, wait one god doggone second. And he sent her another $50 super chat. So $100 for a redirect. And VS, like I told him, he didn't have to pay me nothing. I'll redirect anybody for free. And that's how I am too. I'm not going to say somebody has ever asked me for a redirect, because I don't think nobody ever asked me for a redirect. But what I do is, like other people on here in the sector, we be like, who's live? Who y'all know going live? Do anybody got a live set up? So we can redirect the crowd over to the next person. Because when you redirect, if you stay in the chat, you automatically get tossed in that other person's show. So I do that, from time to time. I did it yesterday when Lady Nika was live. I redirected my chat over to her chat. And I always say, when we about to redirect, if you don't want to go there, then you need to exit stage left out of our show right now, because you're going to get redirected somewhere else. But yeah, he accepted the challenge from ZX and sent another $50 for the redirect. I was like, child, are y'all sure? Are y'all sure? You said it was 200 out of 9? See, that's the thing we was talking about, JD. When you get a redirect, that's one thing, but you got to keep the crowd. You got to keep the crowd. And 200 for me, that's a lot. Child, y'all know I be getting anywhere from 10 to 25, 35, 45, 40. In my day voice, 10, 25, 35, 40. Y'all know it Friday when Day was counting that money, and he was trying to make it look like he had more money than he had, and so he was recounting the money in his head. 10, 20, 35, 40. I love that part of the movie. But yeah, you said you like him most of the time. Hey Mel, hey Sugar, how you doing? But yes. Yeah, VS did have a lot of people in there. And I was like, are y'all sure that this boy is homeless, living in his car? Because that nigga just sent $100. Now me, if I was homeless and living out my car, I'm not sending nobody on YouTube $100 for shit. I'm gonna take that money and keep it, stacking my shit so I can get me an apartment or at least get me a trailer. Give me a house on wheels. Child, I exit stage left when that redirect came. When I saw VS about the redirect, I exit stage left, and I had I had shit to do anyway. I had shit to do anyway, so that's that on that. But yeah, you say he was. Oh, TSW, I ain't gonna hold you. I promise you, TSW. I promise you. That was one of the things I thought about when I saw that second $50. I promise you. Only thing I could think about was when he was sending out all those cash apps to people and then requesting them back from Google AdSense saying it was fraudulent. I'm telling you, TSW, I promise you, that crossed my mind. But I don't think he would ever do that to VS because VS will come off of her 6-month hiatus and tear his ass up. So I don't think he would do that to her. And as far as I know, he ain't done that shit in a long time. That's as far as I know. I ain't heard nobody saying anything about them getting cash apps and him requesting it back, since back then. But yeah, I don't think he would do that to VS. But anywho, hold on. Let me. He said it was to warn her. He was actually upset that wasn't allowed that to go. I got some info in the back chat. Child. Anywho, let me get my ass off of here. My son still ain't called me. They said about 7 though. We supposed to be going to the park with my grandbaby. We're supposed to be waiting for the we're supposed to be waiting for the temp to go down a little bit. It's supposed to be 91 at 7. Well, shit, we might as well go now because then it'll be 84 at 8. So yeah, I'm gonna get off here and call my son because I've been waiting all day to take my baby to the park. But we was trying to wait for his mom to get off of work and also wait so it's not so hot because with it being 96 degrees today, I don't play that shit. I didn't play that shit when I was when I had children when I was little. I didn't play that shit. It's too hot to be outside. I know some people will let their kids go outside and they will leave their asses out there all day till their asses go get wet in the water hose, drink water from the water hose. Don't come in my house. You letting out my air. You cooling off the whole neighborhood. You know all the shit that they used to tell us too when we was growing up. You cooling off the whole neighborhood. Quit running in and out. Stay outside. My kids could go outside in the daytime when it was super hot, like early morning before it got too hot, and then they have to come in, take a break, find something to do around the house, play some video games, do something, watch cartoons. And then later in the evening, once it cooled down again, they were allowed back outside. But I didn't play that shit. Plus, my oldest son, he had severe asthma when he was younger, so he couldn't be out in really hot temps or really cold temps, either one. So then when the fucking spring came and all that kind of shit, grass, oh my God, he had allergies and all kind of shit going on. But yeah, he had seizures too. So thank God he grew out of that. He grew out of the asthma. He grew out of the seizures, everything. But he was on a lot of medication for that. A lot of steroids, which blew him up. He had got really big as a young child, he was too big for his weight. So what I did was I asked the doctor, can we slowly wean him off of some of this medicine because them steroids is pumping him up. And my son is not a big kid. So we slowly weaned him off of the medicine and he did stop getting as sick. And then after that, because he had tried to sign up for football, basketball, all that shit, but the coaches would never put him on the team because of his asthma. So after that, he just started growing out the shit. And so he started playing sports. I had him on everything, football, basketball, track, everything. And that boy started dropping that weight. Start dropping that weight. Then he turned into some big ass linebacker of a football player. I'm like, fuck, you go from skinny to thick to skinny to solid. I mean, he done went like 4-5 different. At his biggest, he was like 240, 6'2", 6'3", like 6'2" and a half, 240 pounds of pure muscle. Pure muscle. And I used to tell that nigga, I'll still knock you on your ass. One thing I can say about my boys, they have been some good boys. It's been some days where I had to, attack their ass, cuss their ass out, ground them, punish them, take things away from them that they like. The things we do with kids. But as far as just being blatantly disrespectful or trying to swell up on a nigga or any of that shit that I see some kids do with their parents, I can't never say any of that has ever happened with my boys. It don't matter how big they get. They still respectful. They will not hang up the phone. They will not walk out my door without giving me a hug, saying I love you. None of that shit. Very respectful boys. And in my eyes, I think I did a good job of raising them as I don't want to say a single parent, but I always say, I don't want to say single, but I say single. And I say single because I feel like even though you might have fathers, the children might have fathers that are even in their life, may see them on the weekends or every other weekend or for the summers or for the holidays or pay child support, don't pay child support, whatever. I always felt like if you're raising the children 90% of the time by yourself, I call myself a single parent, but my children have some very supportive fathers. I feel like if you can apply for this and you can apply for that, you can get on Section 8, you can do all this shit, get government handouts, you fall into that category. Some people don't feel the same way. That's just like some people don't feel like if they're not married that they're still single. Hello? Am I talking to myself? Some people feel like that if they're in a relationship, since they're not married, they are still single. Child. Well, I know some females be like, let that motherfucker come home and tell me that shit. He gonna find his single ass out there on the curb. It's gonna be a what's that shit? Not wait, is it Waiting to His Hell? The one where she burned all the clothes in the court, or was it how? Yeah, it was Waiting to His Hell. Waiting to His Hell. It's gonna be a Waiting to His Hell single style. But y'all, okay, let me get off of here, y'all. I'm getting off of my time is up. I was gonna do an hour, but I actually did an hour and 45, damn near. But so you guys, let me see if is anybody else live that y'all know? Anybody else live? I know we don't have too big of a crowd today, but okay, I see somebody live. I'm going to go ahead and redirect. Now, for those of y'all who don't want to be redirected to envy, here's your time to vacate the premises now, because that's where I'm about to send the redirect. If you don't want to be redirected to envy, see, I ain't going to just redirect you. I'm going to give you a chance to get the hell out of Dodge. And that's no matter who I redirect to. I always say, if y'all don't want to be there in the next live, please leave the premises now. And on that note, stay safe, be blessed, remain vigilant at all times. Like and share the video because we on the road to 9K. Feel free to hit the Cash App, $ the hood table 402. Shout out again for my bestie and under new management for hitting the panel today. It's always so good to spend time with my bestie. She down there in Florida and I don't get to see her like I wish I could. Like, boy, man, I miss my bestie. We definitely got to get together. She's supposed to come up here. I'm supposed to try to come down there this summer. But, man, we used to be together all the time. We used to go out dancing all the time. Oh, my God. Performing with our dance squad. I mean, I miss that shit. Just kicking at our parties, our house parties, our grown folks parties. We used to do so much, y'all. So much. So much. When you hang with me, you are never bored. You are never bored. When you hang with her, You are never bored. We always had a good time. A good time was always had if you was fucking with us. All right. See you later, just me. Thank you for joining us. Make sure you like and share the video, please, and thank you very, very much. Very, very much. Stay safe, be blessed, remain vigilant at all times, and always remember to keep it hood. I'm out. Bye.